Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Russell Wilson and the New York Giants taking on Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Wan'Dale Robinson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Watch one. Single.
Now Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
On third down, Wilson. And that's incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
Get ready.
6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Ready, break.
Once again, it's Jacobs. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Ready. 50, green.
Check 41. I don't think you got it, son.
Ready.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. We're scoreless after 1.
Here we go. 10 black.
The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. On second down, Jacobs. As they've got it as we resume action. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Here we go.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Down.
2nd and 7.
60 red. Ready, ready.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
Here we go. Yellow, 22. Ready, go.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. It showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line.
Come on.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A.J. Dillon as the first half is winding down. And the Packers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And by rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, but that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
2nd and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Hey!
Here's Wilson. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here is 3rd and 5.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. 3 down, 3 down.
Wilson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 33. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. That ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman. Ready. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Well, this snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return has the feel of maybe cracking the rock and giving them a chance to get a big-time advantage.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the 3rd quarter started. To the 43, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
41's the month.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, 57 yards. And the Packers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. They'll try to run it with Jacobs.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out. But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Here's Wilson. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Rush comes, and they block it. And they are going to take possession of the football.
Well, if you were ever wondering, should I believe my special teams coach about, these plays are valuable? Think no more. Huge play, big block, and now they've set up their offense inside the 10-yard line. A chance to score.
Here's Jacobs. Had a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Jacobs will take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
Ah, what a luxury it is to be able to call on a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw is Wilson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Wilson. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
126 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs.
Don't worry about that.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Here we go, set. 10 black.
We play to win. Let's go.
Ready, go.
Here's Jacobs, shedding the tackle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal.
Set, cut.
They run it with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From MetLife Stadium, good night, everybody.